Chlorine friends. I'm just gonna get right into this video because I have a lot to say and not a lot of camera space to say it. I've got a lot of thoughts. This weekend saw the introduction of the epitome of evil and racism and misogyny into the most powerful, most prolific office in the entire world. And I was angry and I was sad, and it made me question society and the world. And he is by no means my president. I mean, we have Theresa May, and that's not much better. She's not fucking trying to kill thousands of people. Oh, I suppose she is with the NHS. I digress. So Trump got sworn into the Oval Office. It was his inauguration. I'm not going to try and get too political here because this isn't what this video is about. This is just what sparked it. So while he was getting sworn into the office and I was hating life, I realised something wonderful was happening. Something beautiful and wholesome and fucking badass was happening. 4.7 million people, over 600 and something cities across the world marched in protest. This weekend saw 4.7 million people take part in the Women's March. And all this anger and sadness changed when I saw, and these 4.7 million people showed what was the most beautiful and harmonious act of defiance there has been in my lifetime. I can't say ever, I haven't been around forever, and it was fierce, it was inspiring, and that's what I want to talk about. The idea of defiance. I am so very anti-establishment that if I was born in the 60s, I would have been arrested and done for some kind of political protest. If I was born in the 70s, I'd have been a punk. I don't really know what was going on in the 80s. If it was Footloose, I'd have been dancing. That's all I can tell you. But I was born in the 90s. I was born in the 90s and basically grew up in the 2000s. Now this meant I couldn't be as active with my defiant ways, but it meant that I could express my defiance through the medium of technology, such as this video. Defiance is such a beautiful thing. Every movement, every change that has happened is done because of defiance, and that is such a good thing. Defiance is what has led to change. I am a defiant, fierce woman, and that is because of my amazing upbringing where my mum never let conformity present. She raised fierce-hearted children. Every act, every human emotion is driven by passion. Passion is the driving force of mankind. Defiance is pure passion. Defiance leads to revolutions. Revolutions are not built on apathy. Revolutions happen because people are defiant. They believe in what they are defying. They are passionate about their beliefs and therefore they defy the regime or the norm. Obviously, I'm not just talking about politics or world changes. I'm talking about every little change in somebody's life, every little revolution that happens within society or on a subjective basis. To have passion is one of the most powerful things. Passion can make regimes fall. 4.7 million people at the weekend had passion. They were passionate about their passion for human life, for equality, was the driving force of their defiance, and that is amazing. I was brought up to be passionate and defiant, but not everybody was, especially girls. I often see posts, especially on Tumblr, about raising boys and girls the same way. And I am all for this if you raise them both to be strong and raise them to be compassionate and empathetic and to question and to learn. You know, it's all good and well saying, yeah, raise them both and they can both play with the same toys and they can both you know, be emotional and they've got to be sensitive. Those are important things. But, you know, I think it's very important to raise children to not be robots, to not accept conformity. I mean, these are all just my views on the world, but, you know, conformity is so limiting, and I understand that the need for conformity. Some could say that the mass protests and marches at the weekend was conforming, but I don't believe that. It was defying conforming to Trump's new fucking Third Reich regime. Change will not happen if we don't change our own attitudes, but also don't raise our children to be resilient and have fierce hearts. Girls these days who have fierce hearts and who are strong, you know, they're seen as loud and angry and defiant, and people think defiant is such a bad word. It's not. It's them making their own way in the world, their own views of the world. Obviously, I'm not saying let's go all out anarchy in the UK sort of thing. I'm not calling for chaos. I'm calling for just some awareness that the way we are raising children will have an impact on the future. Obviously, these marches showed that, you know, we're doing something right, we're getting somewhere with, you know, people will not be silenced. This isn't misandry. This isn't, you know, women hating on one man or, you know, his fucking cabinet of men. It's not. It's saying we are people, we disagree, and we will defy you with every last ounce of what we have. And I think it's amazing. I am passionate, and I defy and reject any person that says I have to be a certain way because I'm a woman, that I can't be loud, I can't be opinionated, because that's not right. I defy anyone who thinks I'm worth any less because of my gender, and I cannot even comprehend what it's like for people of colour, or for trans women, for trans men, for anyone who doesn't conform to society's norms, because I'm angry enough that I get discriminated against because I'm a woman. So God knows what it's like for you, but I will fight for you. I will use my privilege and I will fight for anybody, because I defy anyone who says people cannot be accepted just because they don't fit society's norms. I think I'm done. I think I need to go before this turns into something else. But those are my thoughts that I've had over the weekend about Trump's inauguration and the women's marches. Keep being obnoxious. Keep pissing off the man. I love you both. Take care. And I will see you next week.